Good day. My name's Dr. Cheryl Gilmore, and one of the passions that I have in life is reading. And it's a pleasure to have the opportunity to read an incredible and amazing story for you to listen to. Now, I'm sure all of you have had the experience of having an accident, because accidents happen. And when we have an accident, sometimes we can feel embarrassed, sometimes we can feel afraid, and sometimes we're just not the same. And so this story of Humpty Dumpty is all about someone with courage who figures out what to do after having a fall. How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again, a Caldecott Medal winner author, Dan Santat. After fall, how Humpty Dumpty got back up again. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the King's men managed to put me back together at Kings County Hospital. Well, most of me. There was some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. He can't go up the ladder to get his favorite books. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing the ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it, because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. It's the idea. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches, but day after day I kept trying and trying until I got it just right. What a beautiful paper plane. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. Uh-oh, what happened? They always do. There's the wall. I think his plane went over to the other side of the wall. What will Humpty do? I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd miss. I decided I was going to climb that wall. There's the plane right on top of the wall, and Humpty has to go all the way up the ladder to get it. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. I didn't look up, I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. He's made it to the top. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up what's happening. His shell's going off of him. He got back up and learned how to fly. And there's Humpty. He's taken off his eggshell and now he can fly like a bird. What an amazing story. So that shows anyone can get back up after an accident and be brave and have courage and find the things that they want.